Welcome. We have an amazing guest with us. Absolutely one of the foremost cybersecurity experts on the planet. In fact,
Not sure about that.
no. So
The crazy hacker. The crazy hacker.
Chris was recommended to me by who I had thought was the smartest cybersecurity person on the planet. And Harold said, "Oh no. Chris makes me, look stupid. Chris understands the future of cybersecurity more than anyone on the planet, according to who I thought was the most foremost." So very exciting to have you. Please, let's jump right into it. What is the future of cybersecurity?
I think it's interesting. I mean, you got so many different areas to focus on this one. I mean, especially if you think of where we are going from a human standpoint. We see ransomware now all over the computer systems. There's a number of us that are obviously doing a lot of research on human augmentation, and not just from the bioengineering and the nanotech engineering standpoint side of things, but also from where we're looking at augmenting humans, and then from where we are taking what we have and digitizing ourselves and putting it into systems. So, you want to look at cybersecurity, now you have to go from not a machine, but now you're looking at the human themselves as a target.
Yeah.
So some fun stuff on that one.
Yeah, no. I know that there's a serious problem with bots going online and learning people's passwords and breaking into their bank accounts and doing stuff like that. But when you're talking about augmented, are you talking about creating a virtual version of myself and then using myself to access private security areas that one shouldn't be able to access otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, that is obviously one aspect of it. Then you can take it a step further, which is you look at the human body itself and you're like, it's got a lifespan of, a useful lifespan, 60, 70 years. More than that, you're stringing out biology, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how do I take what my physical essence is? And then you have to go, what is my physical essence? And go, how can I actually digitize that? It's something, I've got a machine or two that's behind me in the lab space that I have an EEG headset and it's learning. It learns when I want tea. It's actually learning when I want to access my systems. It's learning before I do something. So it's a predictive architecture. And what I'm doing is I'm doing it to figure out what's going on, but I'm also doing it to see how much data I can put back in again. So some fun stuff.
Wow,
yeah.
That is very cool. No, that is extremely cool. So you were born and raised in Scotland, right?
Nope. Just to confuse the hell out of everything. My father was British military, so I was actually born in Cyprus. I have one English and one Scottish parent. And then grew up all over the world, literally all over the world.
Yeah, I've read that Cyprus beaches are the best in the Mediterranean.
I was a kid, and then one of the places we ended up was Sardinia, which was absolutely amazing, right in the middle of the Med.
So,
yeah, it's kind of, a couple of nice places definitely there. And, I've been fortunate. I've traveled rather a lot in work and career and military as well.
Yeah, no, you had an amazing career doing a lot of very awesome stuff. I want to jump into a question that I need to have answered. How easy is it to hack into a Tesla?
So we managed to, when we were up at a GERCON conference, Rachel Arnold, myself, and Jason, there was 4 of us or 5 of us that went after this Tesla. We got into the Tesla inside a minute. I think it was a minute and 6 seconds or something like that. Oh. And then once we were inside the Tesla, we disabled a whole bunch of stuff. We had the whole thing down. Once we practiced and did some other stuff inside a few minutes, we intercepted the signals. We did replay tests. We did some really cool stuff. So to Tesla's credit, I will actually give the Tesla security team are actually pretty cool folks. They are one of the few teams in the automotive space who are paying attention, want to know, want to learn, and want to understand. So they took a lot of the stuff that we've done and a lot of other teams have done, and they've done a lot of improvements to their credit.
And so is breaking into a Tesla as easy as breaking into a phone?
Phones are easier. I mean, it's as simple as that because although saying that, if you think about it, I hate to say it, if you look at most modern cars, they're nothing more than a phone on wheels.
Yes.
Because you have wireless signals, Bluetooth, BLE signals, you have all the data, you have the same kind of data sets, but you have, with a car, it's basically a small and medium business on wheels. It's 100 system computer systems and 100+ million lines of code, and you hope it keeps going in the same direction, the same way.
So when did you get into computer systems? Were you I coded at the age of 6 and 7, so I just...
Yeah. My first computer was I was at a boarding school for a year, well, less than a year. I didn't last a year at the boarding school, and that was 10. And that was the first computer, which was the ZX80, ZX81.
Hmm.
And after that, the first one that I had confiscated by the police was when I was 14. That was a Commodore 64 and an Atari, one of the old Atari 6800s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we broke into a bank with that. It was kind of fun.
Oh no, that is very cool. Definitely very cool. You like Matthew Broderick from War Games.
Actually, that was one of the inspirations from doing line by line coding to doing war dialing with an entire script of code. So yeah, a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, no, I I love that movie. And you know, it shows people that you know, you can teach a computer almost anything. You know, I do simple stuff. I just teach machine learning how to make economic predictions. You know, what you're doing is so much more complicated. At least, So tell me about machine learning and cybersecurity. Deep learning.
Yeah, there's some pretty awesome stuff on that one. There's a company I'm working with, the Calypso AI folks, and as nice as I can put it, what we're trying to do is bring some level, basically level the playing field with actually AI and ML. So either augmented intelligence or actual intelligence, as well as machine learning. And a lot of it comes down to how do you actually tell the difference? How do you understand it? How do you measure it? How do you understand its ability to learn, improvise, privacy, ethics, and all the other stuff that go with it? So we're building a framework, and the Calypso AI guys are doing an amazing job of literally holding some of our people in our industry accountable, because everybody's saying, well, I've got the best or one of the best AI systems out there. And yeah, we're starting to call bullshit on that.
Oh wow, that's cool. So small world, Calypso AI. We did a piece on you guys maybe 6 months ago.
Oh, no way.
And 2 or 3 of your colleagues were very helpful with it. And
Tyler and those, and I've only just joined up with them, and I'm hanging out behind the scenes.
I can't remember. I mean, Rebellion puts out about 5 to 6 pieces a week, and so this was probably months ago. So
yeah,
we're talking about a lot of pieces since then. I could Google
oh my gosh, yeah,
Rebellion to get it, but
yeah, they're fantastic guys. And for me, the logic for like throwing in the logic for like helping, and I helped those guys and some other folks out, but the logic honestly for them was because they're doing a lot of work in the government space, because unfortunately a lot of companies go, oh, we've got the best and we're wonderful, and government doesn't know to ask the right questions. So we're acting as that buffer to go, actually, let's really dig into it and understand, what the levels of learning are, what the intelligent behavior architecture is, how often, you know the deal. I mean, you build this stuff, you know how to actually understand it.
No,
what we're doing is adding extra layers in there to go not only understand it, but build it, architect it, design it, and a whole bunch of other things. Kind of fun stuff.
So, I mean, in the 1970s, the major scare were, these, plane hostages. 10, 20 years from now, will there be Russian hackers taking over planes and asking for $20 million? Is that the future of hostage?
No. So here's I'll give you 20. You want to go 20 years in the future? Here's what'll happen. You'll be sitting there, not with probably with your iPhone version 25 or version 30. Possibly it'll actually just appear on the eyelid. I mean, if you look at where we're actually doing with augmentation of the systems inside the eye, it'll likely appear there. But you'll get an email or a message, and the message will be simple. It'll be like, hey, nice to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Hey, I recognize the fact you have a heart implant, or maybe you have something from the brain implant. Love it. Got the stuff here. If you'd like to continue to use it, just deploy, we'll just do 1,000. Just put 1,000 in Bitcoins into this account. Otherwise, we're going to turn it off.
Yeah.
And that's it. Nothing else. I'll just bleed you slowly.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you won't say no.
No, you won't. Yeah.
And that's it. I don't need 20 million. If I can basically, and we already have the database. There's a bunch of us that run a database of like user IDs and passwords, and we're sitting at 19 billion, I think, last time we indexed the stupid thing. So we already have that information. The healthcare systems are losing all that data on a regular basis. I can give you a list of who has an insulin pump, who has an augmented system, who has a valve, who has a replacement knee that has a chip in it to see if it's done properly. I pull the code out of that. I send you an email. I tell you, if you want to keep using